Hey everybody, it's Catherine Massell here, Ascending Earth Creatrix, Intuitive Energy Healer. I'm outside in my backyard. I've had a lot of the smoke clear out from all the fires that we've been experiencing because we had an insane amount of rain, a freak rainstorm last night. And it's so wonderful because we have our blue skies back here in Tahoe. It's awesome. I would love to share this, but because I am on my phone outside and not at my desktop computer, because I am kicked out of my office right now because I'm having a new heater installed in my upstairs part of my house. And I'm not able to be in my office. So I'm doing it outside. So if you're here and you're watching, and you are in my group, Ascending Earth Creatrix, if you wouldn't mind sharing this to that page, I sure would appreciate it. And if you're here, say hello, let me know you're live. I don't know if I can see the comments either, but so I'm sitting out here as I'm kicked out of my office, enjoying the day, enjoying my coffee, and I'm reflecting on all of the energies that are surging to the forefront this week, especially bringing in these great levels of transformation. And it occurred to me to maybe address this topic once again about what it means. Hey, Olivia, if you wouldn't mind sharing this in Ascending Earth Creatrix, I sure would love it. Or Allison, that would be awesome. Thank you, thank you. Yes, you're a rock star. Thanks. And it occurred to me when I was thinking about these greater levels of transformation that they're imminent. I mean, they're here. The wave of energies that are coming in with this convergence of celestial events this week, it's massive. If you haven't felt that already, you might be living under a rock. I'm just kidding. But it's not just what this energy is lending itself to. It's not just an invitation to change. It's not just like a gentle nudge or a push from the universe to, hey, maybe you want to shift this or do this a little differently. It is a straight up like call to action that is it has such a great breadth to it that it touches all aspects of your life. It can't not do that. This is the kind of level of transformation we're talking about. And it occurred to me that this is a great topic to discuss because sometimes we are in self-deception mode or we are in delusion about what transformation means. It's not just change. It's not just a shift. Transformation is literally, sorry, I think I just spit on my phone. Transformation is something that touches all aspects of your life. I'm talking about your marriage. I'm talking about your kids. I'm talking about your career. I'm talking about the way you live your day-to-day life. I'm talking about your habits. I'm talking about your beliefs. I'm talking about your feelings. I'm talking about your relationships. Not only the interrelationship that you have with yourself, but your relationship with your family, with your friends. Like, all of this is shifting. And I'm talking about like full on straight up upheaval type shifting. And if you are honest with yourself, meaning you are casting aside self-delusion and self-deception, if you are honest with yourself, you are already seeing this take place. There is a shifting down. You'll probably notice it most of all, first and foremost, with the relationships that you are having with other people, okay? Because this is how the mirror is to see what's happening internally. We don't sometimes want to check in with what's happening internally because that seems like too much work or it's too painful to excavate what's there. So naturally, and in the universe's loving support of us, it will supply us with the people in our lives to ask them to be mirrors for us for what's going on internally. So one of the ways that we see this level of transformation being mirrored in the external world, first of all, is in the relationships that we have. So you don't need to look further than, okay, well, what kind of adversity am I experiencing with the people in my life? Like, Am I having an increased level of confrontation with people? Am I feeling more triggered by people? What is the trigger? Allison says, yep, it's happening. You better believe it, sister. Who's triggering you? What are you being triggered by? What words do you hear that you're just like, I can't hear that word anymore, okay? Because as we move into 5D, the level of transformation that is taking hold in terms of the way we define our world is changing. It's transforming. It's not just changing, it is transforming. So that means that the words that we hear to describe our experience maybe are maybe not sufficient anymore, or feel like they don't fully encompass what it is that we're feeling. It's because we are becoming more. Certain words, phrases, sentences, they're going to trigger you. And the people who are saying them to you, it's a good indicator for you, or a prompt for you to look at, well, am I triggered by this person, or am I triggered by what they are saying? Or am I triggered by this person and what they're saying? Hi, Angela. Increased confrontation, willingness to engage over here. Yes, exactly. And here's what these really interesting, this massive celestial convergence of energies. There's this influx of energy that is lending itself to self-assertion. So maybe these confrontations that you would have had or have been having with other people, you would have walked away from, or just said, you know, F you, and walked away, or like whatever, and just not even wanting to go there. You will feel an increased need to assert yourself, establish very strong boundaries, protect your existing boundaries, and create new ones, healthy ones, I hope. Sorry, there's a plane going overhead. A lot of private jets this summer. Sorry. You will feel an increased need to assert yourself. And this may lead to uncomfortable confrontations. But there will be behind that, and there is behind that, this increased need for you to express yourself in your divine truth. So it's not like you're just being confrontational to be an a-hole. It's not like you're being confrontational just to be righteous. It's beyond that. It's more about you are stepping into, and this call to action that I'm talking about is this stepping into your divine truth, and that means inhabiting it cellularly. This means inhabiting it in your DNA. This means inhabiting it in every relationship that you have, which means that some might fall away, but that's divinely timed. This means fully inhabiting your truth so that it transforms every aspect of who you are. This is what we're talking about now. This is the energy that we're moving into. So my question to you is, are you ready for that? Do you understand what transformation means versus change, versus a shift, a jump, a decision to live a different way? I mean, transformation is about many, many decisions to live a completely different way that affect all aspects of your life. There's a big difference between change and transformation. I've kind of been a hermit for a while. Well, this is another kind of invitation, isn't it, Allison? Why do you feel this need to retreat from that? Because I know you, and I know naturally you are a person that speaks your truth, so in that need to kind of pull back, is it like the big inhale before the exhale? Is it that you are gathering the reserves of all your energy to fully inhabit who you are? It could be that. It doesn't have to be that you are afraid or you're retreating because you don't want the confrontation. It could be more the essence of, I want to fully access my arsenal before I go out there and let people know who I truly am. And that's okay too. Hi, Dina. Yes, totally. It's not I'm right energy. It's this needs to be shared regardless of consequences. Yes, absolutely. Totally. It's a different kind of energy. It's not self-righteousness. It's not righteous indignation. It's not needing to be right for the sake of it. It's more about asserting your truth, and you don't care anymore who knows it. And it's not this kind of like thumbing your nose kind of energy at everyone saying, well, you know, you go be that way, F you, I'm this way. It's not like that either. It's that you are so fully immersed in the belief of who you are. And it's an act of self-love to fully allow this to be expressed now. This is the level of truth that we are inhabiting at this point, and it's wonderful. It is beautiful. So my invitation to you is to be aware of two things. Where are you being invited to move out of self-deception, move out of self-delusion about what transformation really is in your life and how big this is and how it touches every aspect of who you are? I mean, it will unturn every stone in your life. But that's a good thing. Because the second you move out of self-delusion, it's easy for you to make decisions about that keep you in alignment with the truth of who you are. The second you move out of self-deception and self-delusion, it is really, really easy for you to see the truth of every situation in your life externally. The second you move out of self-deception and self-delusion about this level of transformation, where that's taking you, is when you step up fully to your charge. Whatever that is, whatever your purpose or your mission here is, it is much easier for you to inhabit that when you have done away with, finally, through your own free will choice, self-deception and self-delusion in your life. And the other question is, like, where are you being shown through the relationships that you have that it's time for you to do this? And maybe time to even, you know, lose some of those more toxic relationships that are really keeping us away from our truth. When the paradox of that is these toxic relationships are at the same time showing us all of our truth. But the more we stay in those relationships and keep them alive and keep them going, keeping them on life support, we are, in behavior every day, the way we show up in the world, we're moving away from our truth. But these are the paradoxes that are coming. These are the contrasts that are coming up in our lives that we're being lovingly shown by the universe to support us right now. Hey, Katerina. So it's an exciting time, but we are being asked to take a closer look at everything that's happening right now. And you're going to feel it this week. It's going to be really powerful, and this surge of energy is going to continue through next week, and even through Lionsgate, which is August 8th. Which brings in a whole different set of energy. So get used to these shifts that are happening like rapid fire. They are moving along so fast, so fast. And it's like as soon as we make one shift, we're being invited to make another. And that's exciting. It can feel confusing and overwhelming sometimes, but know that you have support. Know that, you know, I like to do these lives to talk about these exact kind of things and like what you do with it. This is a time to do some deeper soul excavation about what it is that you really want. Because when you start making these shifts and you start moving out of self-deception and you agree, you make the decision to move out of self-delusion, then you have to figure out, well, what it is that you want to move into. What energy do you want to occupy? Because the second these shifts happen, you create this energetic void that allows the things that you do want to come right in. Because there's no counter-intention there. There's no resistance. So what does that look like? What do you really want? It's one of the first questions I ask you in Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp. This is a good time to, in these lazy dog days of summer, spend some time with yourself. Do some self-excavating. Be willing to move out of self-deception. Be willing to look at what it is that you do really want. Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world? What is your message? What lights you up so much that you want to share it with other people? How do you talk about that? You know, how do you create behaviors around being in that energetic space every day, all day? It's possible. The drama of life will take you out of that alignment, but if you want it bad enough, you will find ways to realign yourself with it all the time. It's an art, but it can be done. It takes practice. So there it is, ladies. I started feeling it last night. Katerina says, yeah, you're gonna feel it this week. So I just wanted to put that out there for you, a little bit of love for you to to know that you're supported, to know that your journey is fully understood by me at this point, and you have a shoulder to cry on if you need to. I do have one VIP intensive day left for July, if you want that, and if you want to do 5 hours of deep soul-searching work. It's actually 5.5 hours because we have a break in between. I have one of those VIP intensive days left. This is the only way to work with me one-on-one at this point, unless you do a VIP option for my Heal, Awaken, Align Bootcamp. If you need this right now and you want to do some deep work and you're looking for a super fast-track transformation in your life, the VIP intensive day is for you. So I want to wish you ladies so much love and light. Angela says I'm feeling them too, big time. I've been exhausted for the last couple of days. I know, I can't get enough sleep. I'm dreading the fact that it's going to be storming all week. That's a good thing, because it's clearing out the old, Katerina. I love the birds in the background. I know I've got so many birdies. They're so happy because we had such a crazy rainstorm here that the ground is wet, and it's easy for them to get the worms right now. All right, ladies, have a great week. I'll be popping in again, I'm sure, sometime this week. Mwah. Bye-bye.